This Kids Day at the ballpark.
Today, the White Sox host the Cubs in the rubber match of a 3-game set here at Rate Field. Everybody's up and excited for this one. Friends on both sides of town are hanging out this afternoon.
Eric Fetty, he will get the ball in this finale against the Cubs.
He's had a pretty tough time against the Cubs lifetime, hoping to turn that around today.
Up the middle and a base hit, and Nico is aboard.
You can feel it today. The wind is very much a factor. Throwing ground balls is the key.
He's had some tough first innings so far this season, so that was the focus of his bullpen, trying to throw some more strikes and not give up home runs.
Runner takes off. That's hammered. Right field. Back out. It's way out of here. Michael Busch, rub your belly. And it's 2-0.
108 miles an hour off the bat. Number 4 for Michael Busch.
Told you how lively the park is going to be, and this is a line drive rocket. And that looks like a cutter that doesn't cut. Bregman's had a big series, and largely by pulling the ball.
A blooper and over the head of Mydroff.
And Bregman, who is a fine hitter, off to a slower start than he would like, just guides it into right center field.
Seiya Suzuki with 1 out, runner on at first base here in this first inning.
Suzuki's fanned 4 times in the series, and largely they're on pitches away.
1-2. Shoots this one to right field. It is Hill, and will fall in front. Bregman going first to third, and the Cubs threatening again here in this first.
And Suzuki, who's had problems on the outside corner, just goes right with it away.
Until Fetty still trying to feel comfortable with his arsenal. It was high in the air to right field. Hill went back, now comes in with the wind pushing it, and there's 2 down. You can see Hill talking to Tristan Peters in center fielder, describing what the wind is doing to the ball. Brings up the catcher, Carson Kelly. And now Fetty is a strike away from getting out of this first inning with only 2 runs scored.
That's in the dirt all the way to the backstop. In to score is Bregman, and the Cubs add on. It's 3-0.
Watch the dust. The wind is really whipping. All that should have been blocked.
No question.
Laborious inning, 33 pitches thrown. Fetty deals.
A swing and a little pop-up caught by the shortstop Montgomery. Off the bat, Fetty probably thought, oh, another one.
Alongside Steve Stone, John Schriffen here in the booth. Thanks for joining us today. This one is golfed into right field as Hill charging in makes the catch.
Now Dansby Swanson, the shortstop, sat out last night. These guys have seen a lot of each other, and it goes back to the Braves-Nationals matchups.
Swanson lifts this in the air in foul territory. Murakami sails underneath, and there's 2 quick outs in this second inning.
Quickly 2 up, 2 down in hopefully what will be a good bounce back inning for Fetty.
So back-to-back walks issued for Fetty with 2 outs.
So he's just going to have to keep pounding the strike zone and hope for the best.
3-2. In the air to center field, Peters went back, now comes racing in, and he will make a great adjustment.
A very windy, tricky day in the outfield, but Peters made the play.
Rea comes in with a record of 4-2, a 4.68 ERA, 9 games, 6 of them starts. Rea has essentially been the fill-in starter.
Colson Montgomery attacking the first one, takes a wicked hop, bouncing off the glove of Busch.
I would hope they give him a base hit because there was a lot of overspin, and that one took an unusual hop over Busch, who's a much improved first baseman. This hop just eats him up, and it is indeed a base hit.
Chase Mydroth has settled in nicely to the 5-hole. This is the 12th time that he has batted there this season. Suzuki making the grab.
4 hits for the Cubs. The Sox have 1. They've got a runner at first with 1 out in the second.
Benintendi gets this one past the dive of Horner as Montgomery goes first to third, and the White Sox with something cooking here in the second inning.
Early in the count for Benny, and that's what you have to do against Rea.
So an RBI spot here for the struggling Edgar Quero.
He has a good count here, 2-0. Hits this one up through center field. Edgar Quero delivers as Montgomery scores. The throw coming to third.
Out at third. Pete Crow Armstrong.
At your peril, trying to take the extra base on PCA. Not all about the speed and the routes and the catch-making ability. Yes, it's about that arm. This is a brilliant throw.
So they get 1.
In the last inning, we were wondering what was going on with Fetty's hand right there, his throwing hand. It looked like it was a blister of some sort. Well, you can see there is a Kleenex with some blood on it, and before he came out on the mound here for the top of the third, guys, it looks like it's that thumb on that throwing hand.
You know, you're out there on the mound, you just have to pitch through it, and it's not an easy thing to do.
This one hit home into left field. And Tanachi's going to have to play it off the base of the wall. Gets it back in quickly as Conforto stops at third. A double for Kelly.
Talked about Carson doing so much damage to that right center gap. That time he turns on one. Sets the table for PCA.
3-2. Liner to right field. Hill.
You know, he deserved that, Eric Fetty. A hard hit out.
Eric Fetty still on the mound. As we start this fourth inning, a 3-1 lead for the Cubs. They scored all 3 of their runs in the first inning.
Swanson laces one into left, a leadoff single.
As a starter, there's going to be days like this where your body just does not cooperate and you have to find a way to get through it.
Horner will take his base. Jewel board and nobody out. The Cubs are in business.
Yeah.
Will Venable out of the dugout, and he's going to bring in our old friend Sean Newcomb.
New pitcher on the mound, and this pitch is hit to right center field as Peters makes the grab. Both runners will tag and advance.
Bregman is 1 for 2 today with a single and a run scored. Swanson at third, Horner at second.
Bounced up the middle, and that's going to get through. Well, my drop knocks it down. Horner will stop at third. 1 run is in. Bregman will take it. RBI single, and it's 4-1.
That infield drawn in, and neither the shortstop nor the second baseman were going to make a play on this one.
Sox still in the game with a long way to go, only in the 4th inning.
And that one's going to hit Vargas. Did it get his hand?
You certainly worry about that because a lot of small bones in the hand. Fortunately, he has the glove. He appears to be okay. It got the backhand clearly, but he's aboard to lead off the inning.
Shattered bat. This one in play to Bregman, and he makes the play as Montgomery is retired. Vargas to second, and the air to right field. It is Suzuki near the line, and he makes the catch. Tagging from second is Vargas. He will get to third, and there's 2 outs here in this 4th inning.
Benintendi hits a fly ball out into left center field, and it is a base hit. A run will score. Benintendi on his way to second. He's got a double. Perfectly located line drive out toward the alleyway, and it's now 4-2.
Went down and got an off-speed pitch and scooped it out there into the gap out of the reach of both outfielders. Just perfectly placed, and Sox do indeed pick up that important kind of chip-away run here in the 4th.
And the Sox still very much in this ball game with a long way to go.
3-2. Drilled to center. PCA is back. Back some more. Reaches out, and he makes the catch. And quickly fires it in back to first. What a grab from number 4.
All right, Steve, the 3rd time so far today that the leadoff hitter has reached for the White Sox. The first 2 times they have scored. And Tanachi with a single. And the White Sox have something going here in the 5th. Ground ball. This is Horner. Starts it off at second, but Murakami beats it out at first.
Nobody had to tell Murakami that if he hustles, this inning's going to stay alive for Vargas. One of the hotter of the Sox hitters gets a chance representing the go-ahead run.
This one in the air to right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong looking up at the wall, and he can't make the catch. 1 run scores. Murakami, he's being sent home. He will touch home, and we got a tie game. Miguel Vargas coming through here in the 5th.
That was a big effort by Crow Armstrong, but for the first time in this series, he comes up short. He just doesn't get a glove on it. And let's think about that hustle by Murakami that kept the inning alive to let Vargas come to bat. The Sox have stayed doggedly close all day long before tying it up here in the 5th inning. Now you get a guy with some pretty big power and a sidearm, almost a submarining left-hander that right-handers see all the way.
Grichuk delivers this one in the left field. A pinch hit single here in the 7th inning. And it looks like the White Sox are going to use a pinch runner for Grichuk as Luis Angel Acuna will come out of the dugout. Acuna takes off. The throw down to second. It gets into center field. There goes Acuna. He's going to take off and get to third.
At 0-2, Will decided to take a gamble, and not a good throw by Kelly. But now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away.
1-2 on Vargas.
Inside corner, got him.
Sox strand a man at third.
A new pitcher on the mound for the White Sox.
Ryan Hudson comes out for the 23rd time. The ERA of fine 171.
So Pete gets hit by the pitch, and now 2 are aboard. Running towards third. Vargas up with it. Take a peek at second. Throw to first, and Swanson executes the job. Second and third, 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, now decision time for Will Venable. What do they do with Nico?
Warner golfs this one high in the air to left. Peters coming in. And the runners stay put. There's 2 down.
It's a go-ahead run 90 feet away. And now you can go lefty to lefty.
What an atmosphere here on the south side. 2-2. Into center field. It is Acuna. Drifting back, looking up, makes the catch.
Brian Hudson works out of trouble. Bottom 8.
Phil Maton will take over. And the Cubs and the White Sox tied at 4.
Here's Benintendi. He's had a perfect 3 for 3. I believe he's the only White Sox with a 4-hit game this season.
Maton deals. And a walk for Benintendi with 2 outs here in this 8th inning. 1 for 3 ball game for Edgar Quero, driving in the first run of the game for the Sox in the second. 1-2. This one makes its way into left field. Second hit of the ball game for Edgar Quero. Keeps things going here in the 8th. Tristan Peters had that walk-off hit for the home opener. He does have some heroics in him. Peters drives this one to right field. Back it goes! Get out! Peters, his first home run of the season. And what a time to blast it. The Sox take the lead late here in the 8th.
That's a line drive. Is the only way a ball can get out to straightaway right field. The wind couldn't knock that one down. The Sox take a 7-4 lead, and after battling back all day long, they take their first lead of the ball game, and what a time to take it.
Top of the 9th we go. White Sox with a 7-4 lead and a new pitcher on the mound.
Seranthony Domínguez with a chance to nail it down.
Inside and a walk as we start this 9th inning.
It's outside off the glove of Quero. Bregman will advance to second, which is not a huge deal. It does take away force play.
On the ground to third. Vargas on the backhand. Low throw, and it gets past Murakami. Suzuki on the go, and Bregman will stop at third. I don't know whether Murakami didn't see it or what.
Skipping stones, and Murakami can't come up with it. It'll be an E5. Oh, he probably should have picked, though. And the Cubs are alive.
So here is Michael Conforto. 3-1. High fly ball center field. That one back. Acuna near the wall. Gone! We're tied! 7-7.
Michael Conforto. Gotta be kidding me. Came right back in with a 3-1 heater. And Michael jumped all over.
7-7. And the Cubs have evened it up.
Well, Murakami left his mark on this series last night with 2 home runs. Can he be the hero here in this finale? 1 out here in the 9th. Murakami sends this one into right field. And it's going to get down. He's going to take off for second. PCA, his throw not in time. The winning run is standing on at second base with 1 out.
And maybe he doesn't go to second if Crow Armstrong catches this, but he doesn't.
Murakami on at second with 1 out. 3-2. It is popped up. Amaya gets rid of the mask. And he makes the catch for out number 2.
The question, if you're counsel, do you walk Montgomery to get to my draw? And I believe that's been answered. You got to put him at first base here, I think. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Chase Mydroth into left field, but Happ is there.
And we head to extra innings on the south side.
New pitcher in the ball game. It is Tyler Davis off for the 9th time, and even 4 on the ERA.
Runner goes. Throw from Quero. Not in time as PCA steals third.
Go ahead run now 90 feet away.
3-1. And Swanson will walk.
White Sox are 2-3 in extras. The Cubs are 4-1.
1-1. Chopper, Montgomery coming home with it. And Crow Armstrong, he is caught up in a rundown. A throw home. Tyler Davis, he will apply the tag. As the runners advance to second and third, 1 down. So with the lefty Michael Busch, the White Sox will walk him intentionally and will elect to pitch to Alex Bregman with the bases loaded.
Bouncing ball hit on the left side, charging Montgomery, fielding, throws to first in time to get Bregman, but coming in to score is Swanson, and the Cubs take the lead. They're now up 8-7 over the White Sox here in the top of the 10th. 2 away, men at second and third.
Foul ball tip, strike 3.
He did it. He regrouped.
It's 8-7 Cubs. We head to the bottom of the 10th.
The infield is in for the Cubs with Edgar Quero at the plate, tying run on at third. Quero sends this one deep to left center. Back it goes. It's gone! Edgar Quero walks it off in the 10th. Celebrate that, man, because the Sox take the series from the Cubs. On game, Southside, stand up!
It had the highs and the lows, and it ends with Edgar, who's been struggling mightily. His third hit of the ball game, and that one left the yard. The Sox take the series, and they're all loving it. It's going to make that trip to Seattle something to experience. What a job today by these boys who refuse to quit, and at the end, they take 2 of 3.
What a game!
And that, my friends, is the defining moment, maybe, of this season.